I won't keep you long. Just one thing I want to double check.
Sure.
You left the party close to the time Meg Harris left. Was there anyone in the restaurant car park, hanging around, sitting in a car, waiting outside?
No. I mean, I don't remember anyone at all, actually. It was very quiet. I just got in the car and drove off.
Okay, thank you.
There is something.
Go for it.
This stays confidential?
Of course.
One of the orderlies has been making offensive comments. I mean, the usual sex is garbage. If a woman gets drunk at a party, she's asking for trouble.
Oh, of course she is.
Going on about sex crimes and whether Meg was naked when she was found, that kind of thing. I mean, it's like he's kind of enjoying it all.
It happens. What's his name?
Steve. Steve Roberts.
I'll look into it. Thank you, Brenda. Take a look at Roberts. Last time I spoke to you, I think there was something you wanted to say, but you put the brakes on. You might think whatever it was wasn't important, but at this stage of our investigation, I need to fill the gaps in.
I don't like dobbing.
Fair enough. But you have to realise that this goes way beyond dobbing.
Yeah, I know. It was the day before Claire died, I think. I saw her and Mark together, having what looked like an incredibly intense conversation.
Did you hear any of it?
No.
Then how do you know it was intense?
Well, it was in their body language, I guess. I mean, it looked like it was more than just two friends talking. She seemed upset. He tried to stop her from going, but she just took off and left Mark sitting there. Mark's not a bad guy. I know he isn't.
Looking good to go. Excellent. How are you feeling?
Numb. I still can't believe I'm doing this.
Well, the flight leaves at 6. My partner will pick you up from the airport, take you to the hotel and talk through the schedule for tomorrow.
Which is?
Couldn't be simpler. You find Joan way to the birthday party. It's a 5-minute walk from your hotel. When you leave with Harry, a car will be waiting to take you both to the airport.
And when Tony calls the police and they call the airport?
There's more than one way to skin a cat. Be briefed about that tomorrow. You can always back out, you know. There's no worries, I'll take a retainer.
Money is the least of my problems. You better count it.
I trust you.
She fancies you big time, bro. If a chick begs to take you out for lunch, you're there.
No, calm down. It's not like that, bro. Hey.
You don't want to go? Well, Shanti's hot.
Don't talk about her like that.
Like what?
She's gagging for it.
She is. She just doesn't know it. Where's she taking you for lunch?
To the IV? That's gross, man.
Did you have cravings with us?
With you, it was mince.
Mince? Oh, I think I'm going to be sick.
You poor old dad. I made him shepherd's pie for dinner for weeks and he never once complained.
Did you know Mum pigged out on mince all the time she was pregnant with me?
No.
If I have cravings, I'm planning on really expensive ones from the deli. I'll probably drive Mark nuts.
There's tea in the pot.
Thanks.
I am so excited. Your baby's only going to be a few months older than mine. They'll practically be twins. That is so cool. And now I think I'm going to cry. Hormones, man. They just bite you on the bum, don't they?
They sure do. They're the worst.
You think you can just waltz back through customs with Harry and the nice people will wave you through? No questions asked? Tony will have half the cops in the city on the case. You're breaking the law, mate. Don't ever think about it.
I thought you, of all people, would get it. Your wife walked. You brought up 2 kids by yourself.
Yeah, when my wife walked, she left the kids with me.
And if she'd taken them?
I would have been bloody angry. I would have done something about it. Legally. But come on, this paramilitary goon you've employed?
John's all right.
A guy who encourages people to kidnap their kids and takes money for it. I mean, think about it. You're paying him so some little creep can virtually stalk Tony. When she finds all this out, how's she going to feel about you?
I'm a good father.
You were a good father. If you go through with this, you'll be nothing but another sad, malicious yob out to prove something.
I'll be away 2 days tops. Would you mind chairing the management meeting? Keeping an eye on things?
Yeah, that's fine.
Has Justine made a decision on Mrs. Watson yet?
Yes, she's on the theatre list for first thing tomorrow.
Shanti and Joey seem to be getting along well.
I've noticed.
You can take the don't screw the crew thing too far, you know.
I'm Shanti's boss.
Yeah, and Chris was Tony's boss. Craig's mine. It happens. Oh, come on. Everyone knows you two fancy each other. It's not like it's going to be a big shock.
There's one thing you're not getting here.
What?
My personal life is none of your business.
Can I just say one more thing?
Can I stop you?
The reason we all end up getting together isn't silly. Who else would understand that after working a week of ropey night shifts, you're a zombie and still love you for it? I went out with a baby banker once. Totally wet, but we all make mistakes. He disappeared in a cloud of dust because he couldn't handle me working weekends.
Point taken, but I'm still her boss.
But she likes you. Butting out now.
Joey, can I have a word?
Hi, I was just about to find you. Has your day gotten any better? Not really. Oh, babe. When you came in before, I just had a really hard time from that cop. She knows about Mark and the baby. What's that got to do with the cops? Mark hasn't done anything. They think that he has. They're digging for dirt. Oh well, it's his problem.
My problem when Tanya finds out.
You're not gonna come to Sydney, are you?
I can't.
You can, you know.
I have to stay. I have to see this thing through. I want my baby to grow up with a family, a grandmother and aunties and all that support. Even if it means Tanya will never speak to me again.
But we're not going to be that far away. It's just 2 hours on a plane. I was never going to come anywhere near first, was I?
Please don't be angry at me.
I'm not angry. I kind of knew all along.
I still love you.
I know. I love you too.
He's here.
Kieran, I've spoken to your lawyer just now. You're free to go.
I don't understand.
We won't be laying any charges.
Nothing at all.
That's right.
So I can just walk out of here?
The constable will take you through and sign you out. Thank you for your cooperation. Get Mark and Tanya Weston in here. If he's not at work, find him.
Can I get you a snack while you wait? Maybe some bread or dips?
No, thank you. I might get going soon. Looks like Joey's not coming.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
Especially when I'm paying.
Hello.
Hi.
Can I join you?
I'm actually meant to be having lunch with Joey. Looks like he's not turning up.
That'd be because I told him I'd have his guts for garters if he did.
Sorry?
I gave Joey 1 or 2 things to do and told him to take a late lunch.
So, you mean you're...
I'm your lunch date, if that's okay with you.
Yes, of course it is. Did you really tell Joey not to come?
Put it this way, he got the message.
I'm sorry about Alice and everything last night.
Hey, that's all forgotten. Over and done with.
I think it's yours. Is it work?
No, not strictly speaking, but I do need to make a quick phone call. Do you mind?
Of course not.
Sorry about this.
You are not talking to my husband without me.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
He hasn't done anything wrong. Don't you touch me.
Tanya, let the police do what they have to do.
They're harassing him. They can't do it. You can't do this. Let me talk to him.
Your wife's upset. I'm sorry about that.
She is bloody upset and I don't blame her. This is getting ridiculous. You know I haven't done anything. You've already got a guy in custody.
We've released Kieran Mitchell and won't be laying any charges.
You made a mistake.
We've eliminated him from our inquiries. It's all part of the process.
Unbelievable. You grab an innocent man, you throw him in the cells, and when you can't make it stack up, you look for the next guy to pin it on. Oh, Mark Weston, he'll do. And you wonder why the punters out there think you can't be trusted. Whoever did this is out there. They are out there somewhere. And what are you lot doing about it? You're pissing in the wind, hassling me about my personal life.
Sit down, Mark. As of today, I have the forensics results from both autopsies. The details confirm what we already suspected. That whoever killed these two girls works in the medical profession. I have reason to believe that this person is either a doctor or a surgeon. So no, I'm not pissing in the wind.
Any idea where I might find Chris Warner?
He's around somewhere. Hey, didn't you give him some advice about this Harry business?
Yes, I told him to forget it.
No, he hasn't. He's engaged his services with some bottom feeder. It's got him all fired up.
A bloke by the name of John Chaney?
I don't know, some ex-military idiot.
And by all fired up?
He's got Chris believing that he can snatch Harry and get away with it.
Oh, that's bollocks.
Yeah, I've told him all that. But as far as Chris is concerned, he's doing nothing illegal. This time tomorrow, he'll have Harry back and everything will be hunky-dory.
Hang on, what do you mean tomorrow?
This guy's got Chris on a flight to Sydney today.
I am not the only doctor in town.
You were the only one who had sex with Meg the night she died. In the early hours of that morning, you were out and about with only 40 minutes you can account for.
I already told you. I went and saw Maya and then I went straight home.
Which your wife can't back up because she was asleep when you got in. The forensics results indicate that after Claire and Meg died, medical procedures were carried out on their bodies by someone who was quite skilled.
You think I'm capable of something like that?
You tell me, Mark. Claire Solomon. I have an account of an intense conversation you had with her shortly before she died. Do you recall that conversation?
Well, the only conversation I recall around that time was her feeling bad about the Libby Kieran thing. I told her not to be too hard on herself.
In your statement to D.S. Gardner, you described Claire as a work colleague and a friend. Did you ever sleep with Claire?
Good, I found you.
Not now, Brenda.
This is important. Tanya's off for questioning with the police and you need to organise cover.
It'll have to wait. John Chaney.
What about him?
He says he'll get Harry back for you.
Yes, why?
Chaney isn't for real.
What are you talking about?
He's running a scam.
Look, I know you don't approve.
That's not the point. The point is Chaney is ripping you off. You remember Martin Bradford?
Of course.
He called me today. He said he's worried about you doing business with Chaney. Martin's words were, don't touch the guy with a 10-foot pole. He's a con artist and the police are after him.
A new 4-part series starting tonight here on 1-6 choirs with people of all nationalities tackle 6 traditional Irish songs. An córa ag leathair treise hocht an